What's up, y'all? It's your girl Katina, and I'm back with another review. This is my review for Married at First Sight. This is season 14, episode 6. As y'all can see, I'm definitely not in my room, and child, I ain't even at home, okay? I'm actually at a friend's house because I got some things that I need to do. So I was like, I'm gonna just come over here and do what it do. So that's where I'm at with it. It's a little weird filming outside of my comfort zone. Like, I filmed before at my dad's house in Ohio, but you know, nothing is like home. So if this video is a little off or the review is a little off, just excuse me. On top of that, your girl is extremely exhausted, okay? So I'm gonna try to give y'all the best that I got, but we're gonna get through this review, okay? Now, this episode was a lot concerning Chris and Alyssa. Like, this was their show, child. Everybody else was just the supporting cast, and it really didn't even give much. Like, the notes that I have for Noy and Steve, child, I could really just sum it up by saying rainforest float, fish bited it his toe. Because Steve said the fish bitted, I think he said bitted his toe. I said, sorry, what? That is not a word. Get it together, Steve, okay? That was pretty much the gist of it. You already know Steve is adventurous. He likes to go hiking and be one with nature and all of that. And Noy is not with it. So it's good to at least see that she was trying to get a bit of his world. So we're going to move on to Elijah and Katina. Now, they go horseback riding. And the first thing that I noticed was Katina's position on the horse. Sis, the saddle, you're supposed to be right here in the dip, in the middle of the dip. Why are you all the way up here to where your body is leaning forward? So if something were to go down with that horse, you would be bumping forward, okay? You would have been all kind of injured. On top of you wearing open-toe shoes. Girl, why did you have on flip-flop sandals? Like, huh? No, ma'am. If you're dealing with a horse, you need to be in some closed-toe shoes just to protect them toes, sis. Anywho, you know, she's nervous. She really ain't down for it. She's scared that her horse is going too fast, and Elijah's horse is leading the way according to the instructor. So she wants to know how to slow it down. And Elijah is like, listen to the instructor. She said, pull it. That's how you pull the horse, and he'll slow down. And you can hear the frustration in his voice. Honestly, I would react the same way. I'm not even going to flex with y'all because I cannot stand when people are giving you clear directions and you're choosing not to listen. Like, bruh, just listen to what she said. Pull the horse, your horse will slow down. I'm so impatient, especially when it comes down to work. If I'm explaining something to a customer and it's clear as day and you just go the other way, you do your own thing, or, you know, you're just not grasping the simple concept, that bothers me. So I seen a lot of myself in that scene with Elijah. I'm like, ooh, child, I'm the same way. But we got to work on our patience, honey. We can't be going off the deep end and getting easily frustrated with certain things. So she was saying in her confessional that Elijah is the adventurous one compared to her, where she's kind of on the cautious side. And he's saying in his confessional that she needed to get her positive energy on because she was killing his vibe. And I feel what he's saying, but yes, sir, you got to be a little bit more patient because you gonna piss her off. And that's exactly what he did towards the end of the ride. Like, she was like, you pissing me off. And he started laughing. To be honest, that is me too. I'm so sorry. When he was laughing, I started cracking up too, because that's something that I do, especially with my brother. And I know this isn't a sibling situation. We talking about a marriage here, but if my brother is getting frustrated with something, I have a tendency to laugh, and he does the same thing with me. So like, I totally understood Elijah, y'all. I've seen a lot of myself in Elijah in this scene, child. I'm working on me, okay? So do not come for me. So they go and sit down, and they're having a conversation about it. And Elijah is like, look, I'm going to push you, okay? And I instantly thought about the teacher in Mean Girls when she was pushing. What was Lindsay Lohan's character name? Katie? It was something like that, child. She was pushing her to be a part of the little MAFS squad. She was like, I'm a pusher. And I'm going to push you just like I pushed my husband. And guess where she ended up? In divorce. And that's where Elijah is going to end up if he don't listen to his wife. She was saying, I don't know what she was saying. Hell, I don't even know what I'm trying to get at. My whole thing is there's a difference between motivating somebody in a positive manner and forcing them or pushing them forcefully. that's going to steer her away, and that's going to upset somebody to the point where they don't even want to be a part of whatever it is y'all doing. It's no longer enjoyable. Hence the workout situation, the whole drill sergeant test situation that you had going on. No, sir. That plot and scheme and test to see how she would react, that's the real you. I feel like that is really how he acts, and he wanted to see how much he can get away with, or how she's going to handle his energy or his personality. Really, he needs to go ahead and reel that in real quick, because that's a no for me, sir. So let's go ahead and move on to Jasmina and Michael. And we can bring on Olajuwon and Katina, because they decided to sit down and have a talk with each other, because what we do as Black people, we gravitate towards each other, okay? Especially if it's in some shit that we've never experienced or whatever. We're in like a foreign situation and we see a Black person, baby, come with me, okay? It's a team. We in this together. We gonna stick beside each other. So I ain't even mad at that. So they're having a conversation, and is it me or is Katina giving ditzy? Because when she asked them, do they think fish is in the water? Girl, huh? And I'm with Olajuwon, baby. I don't think I know. Duh, girl. Shit. Well, I'm telling y'all, I've seen a whole bunch of me and Olajuwon, and it's just crazy. So they asked Michael and Jasmina, did they expect to connect so soon? And they said they have a lot of similarities. They have a lot of core values, a lot in common. But Jasmina likes to think that she's a person that can see both sides of a situation, whereas Michael, he'll see it for what it is and be like, nah, this and that happened, and that is what it is. And Michael was like, oh, it's real funny that you said that, because I think the same thing about you. Hello? Okay, yeah, let's talk about it. Y'all one and the same. I'm glad that he pointed that out, because Jasmina, no, you're not. If you're a person who could see both sides of a situation, then you wouldn't have got mad with him when y'all had that conversation about Olajuwon and Lindsay getting into it. When he said that, you know, when you're dealing with a lot of people, conflict is bound to happen because you don't know their boundaries. You got so upset thinking that, oh no, just because we're in a large group, that does not mean that conflict is going to happen. So much so where you got up and walked away from the conversation, and you was holding on a little too hard on that little grudge or that situation that wasn't even y'all's. So, girl, you keep talking about some you see both sides. Do you really? And they give an argumentative energy. I don't know if I'm the only one that noticed. Well, no, I'm not the only one that noticed it, of course. But to me, I really feel like it's really Jasmina who's holding on to a lot of things, and she just needs to let it go. Now, we're not going to let Michael just, skate off, because no, he got some problems with him too, making up situations in his head and overthinking and fucking shit up. Like, no, I don't know what's wrong with these two, but they need to get it together. I really felt like I seen it for them. But now it's just like, I don't even really know. So then Olajuwon was telling them how he likes to push his wife. Like I said, doing too much. Why do you insist on getting a rise out of her? I had somebody who thought it was cute that I got frustrated. Because, people like to describe me as sassy and feisty. And I really hate those terms described for me. Like, I don't like those adjectives. Don't use them don't use them when you talk about me, okay? One, my cat, her name was Sassy, okay? Shout out to my baby. I don't know what happened to her. Anyway, yeah, sassy. I don't like that. Don't call me that. It's just my body rejects that word. Don't say that to me. So, yeah, he thought it was cute to get a rise out of me, and I'm like, no, because at this point, I'm going to start to think that you purposely do things to get a rise out of me, and that's not cute. So, baby, go ahead to the left. So, Mike was saying in his confessional, like, yeah, Olajuwon does have a lot of energy. He's a lot of a person to deal with. And if he don't cut that out and reel it in, he gonna lose his wife. I said, I know that's right. Get them together, Mike. But you need to tell him that in real life. So later on, Jasmina and Michael, they go by the waterfall, and it's awkward between the two of them. I'm like, baby, what are we watching? He goes off into this story about how he was bullied in school. It was awkward even then. Like, bruh, okay, like, you listen. Shout out to all the people who have overcome bullying. He said that he still thinks about it from time to time. I don't know if he was being serious or not, but he did get beat up by this bully. And we don't fuck with bullies around here, but it was just still awkward. Like, huh? What's going on? Because she wasn't really giving him too much of anything. So then they get into the water, and she was like, she's trying to be open, but she really still has that situation in the back of her head about his delivery and how he was coming at her at their last, or not at their last, but with their last situation. So Like I said, I don't know. Y'all not giving me much of anything to work with. So we moving on to Lindsay and Mark. Baby, they in the bed and Lindsay is giving all kind of hot morning breath whispers. Girl, why are you doing that? Like, that's the first thing I noticed. Like, oh my gosh. Girl, did you brush your teeth before you face to face with him doing all that whispering? Ew. That was just too much for me. And I said, y'all must have had some makeup sex, because why y'all carrying on as if y'all didn't have this explosive argument the night before? So then they give us a flashback, and they did talk it out, and they want to restart. I said, oh, you know who that sound like? I'm going to give it to my girl, Niecy Dixon. Reset. They doing a reset, Haley and Jacob style. So they reset for real, and they're going about it as if nothing happened. And we could appreciate that. Just let the past be the past, even though Lindsay did try to out you for clogging up toilets and shit like that, MTC. I didn't appreciate that, because you know what? Things like that happen. We fart, you know? And you know what? Somebody in my comments tried to get buck with me about that shit. And I don't know who. Hold on. Not the chapstick build up. Hold on. Y'all ain't tell me I had that, and I don't appreciate it. So anyway, yes. Somebody tried to get buck in my comments talking about oh my gosh, people do things like that, and y'all doing the most. Like, it was just way too much energy, because y'all know Married at First Sight, really a lot of my reviews are very lighthearted. I be cracking jokes and all of that. Yeah, I have my times where I'm serious about certain things, but when y'all come, and I'm not saying all of y'all, but when people come down to my comments and have that rowdy energy, that does not sit well with me. And I think that person ended up deleting a comment, because I had to check them. Like, we not doing that, especially on no Married at First Sight. This show is for play, okay? These arrangements is for play, and we gonna joke and kiki about it. So when you be bringing all that negative energy, baby, come correct. Just know that. I just want to say, just in case that person is watching, baby, watch it, okay? Period. So, anywho, yeah, things like that happen, okay? Toilet's gonna be clogged. Farts gonna happen. All of that. So it's like, girl, don't be trying to out him on no shit, trying to embarrass my mans. I don't like that. I actually like Mark. Like, he's actually, the more you look at him, he's a nice looking man. I mean, he ain't my type, but he a nice looking man. I think him and Lindsay, they actually look cute together. But nonetheless, yes, they're moving on about their day, and then they have a conversation about religion. She's Greek Orthodox. They was at church for 4-hour services. I say, who got that type of time? Not me. I would have left a long time ago, because what? My church, baby, we in there for 1.5 hours. And you know why? That's because the pastor, he want to go watch football. And I love that. I love that, because we got stuff to do, honey. We can get the word real quick, and we can go about our business, baby. It's Sunday. We trying to get us a nice piece of meal going on. We trying to clean up the house. We trying to get started for the week, okay? Let's move on. What you mean 4 hours? Maybe I would have been up out of there. So then they start talking about kids, and Lindsay was saying that she really wants her kids to have the foundation of religion, and then they get older, they can make their own decisions on what they want to do. So she said that she wants 1 or 2 kids, definitely not 3, maybe 4. Girl, what? Why you got to be so extra with everything, Lindsay? Girl, okay, she don't want 3 kids. Have at it. Mark the Shark said he want as many kids as life could afford him. I said, I know that's right. Do what you can. One thing about me, I have kids. Who gonna watch them? Because daycare is expensive as hell. All my potential babysitters live in Ohio. It's only me, my mama, her brother, and my uncle that, my mama, her brother, and my cousin that live here. Everybody else in Ohio. Who will watch my kids when I'm trying to hit the streets and live? Nobody. I guess hell. I'm going to be forced to watch my kids all the time. And I ain't got that to do, hell. I'm all about a balance in my life. Anywho, yes, I could appreciate him knowing his limits in children and understanding that kids are expensive as hell. So then we see that Lindsay later on is doing a video cam, and she's saying that Mark is being harassed by his landlord. She is blowing him up. They sent different clips showing that his phone was just ringing. She just keep calling him. Come to find out, the apartment building has bed bugs. She trying to change the lease. He can no longer have cats. So basically, she trying to evict my boy while he on his honeymoon. What a bitch. And Lindsay is not going for that. She's like, you know what? I'm a mama bear, and you trying to come for my man, and I don't take that too kindly. So she started putting things in motion, honey. She said, look, my cats is at the house, at the new apartment. I said, now hold on. Not at the new apartment. I thought y'all wait until after Child, my camera cut off, so my bad. Like I said, I thought they wait until after the honeymoon to go and see the house. So next episode, I don't need them to be acting not surprised. Like, oh my gosh, look at the rooms. Oh my gosh, it's very spacious in here. Don't be doing none of that MTS and Lindsay. Especially not Lindsay, because you already done moved your cats into the new space. Y'all see my hair? Y'all, I'm gonna put me a little ponytail in later. I had to slick it down. I had to take my scarf off because I didn't want to be, filming with my scarf on. But I got a little white, I'm gonna handle that. So if y'all see a little white, don't come for me, okay? Because it's not gonna be there later tonight. Anywho, yeah, so she was like, you know what? We gonna try this 5 cat situation out. Move your cats in. I'm gonna accept you, bed bugs and all. I said, okay, girl, go ahead. Now, MTC is like, this is a lot for him. He is the caregiver or the caretaker in his family or in his circle. So he's not really used to people stepping in and trying to be there for him. But it's just like, look, this is what marriage is about, right? A partnership, baby. Okay, y'all work as a team. She's stepping in when you going through it. She's trying to help you alleviate some of your stress, boo. Okay, so I need you to receive that, Mark. It's definitely going to be an adjustment. I understand that, but receive it, okay? And make sure that you ain't got no damn big bugs biting on y'all and the cats. Anywho, let's move on to Chris and the Cunt. Baby, this is definitely the show of the show, okay? The show of the show, the star of the show. The Cunt is not reaching out to Chris, even off camera. He really hasn't heard too much from her. And he said that she wants him to be a husband or act as a husband, but she's not doing her wifely duties. I said she's being fake positive. She's trying to stay in the game. Yeah, you're trying to stay in the game because you're trying to enjoy this free trip and everything else that comes with this experience. So they go play tennis, which was arranged by the experts who are watching them closely because they understand what's going on with this couple here. I said, out of all things y'all raised them to do is tennis. I guess that's because it's lighthearted and they don't want to ruffle Alyssa's feathers or whatever the case may be. So, baby, they playing tennis. And Chris is looking at it like, her being here, hopefully this shows some sign of effort. I said, baby, her showing up to play tennis in flip-flops is showing the kind of effort she's going to put in. Okay? Sis don't give a damn. Who plays tennis in flip-flops? Girl. Anywho, he said that they're compatible on paper and he really feels like she's enjoyable to be around. But where are you seeing this at? Because we're not seeing this. This bitch is cunty as all hell. Okay? But for some reason, you think that she's enjoyable. And this isn't the first time that he said this. And I'm like, where are you seeing this? She's been playing you to the left this entire time. She wants nothing to do with you. She doesn't even want you to breathe in her direction, sir. So where is this enjoyment that you're talking about? The people want to know, like, seriously. So the cunt then says that she put in hard work and will continue to do her very best. The delusions of it all. So they sit down and they have a conversation. Chris wants to talk about the whole move-in situation. She doesn't feel comfortable with moving in with him. Cunt, what was your mindset when you signed up for this? Oh, I forgot. You thought that they was going to give you this hot guy who is rugged and country and has cowboy boots. He wears a cowboy hat. He has a straw in his mouth. He has gold matching boots like you. And he has a 6-pack with pearly white teeth. That's all you was worried about. A scruffy hot guy. Scruffy cowboy. So now that you didn't get that, all of a sudden you're uncomfortable with staying in the same place as him. Girl, do you not realize that you married a stranger? And that this process requires you to stay in the honeymoon suite with them and stay in a shared apartment with them. Okay. So then he brings up what he signed up for, the reason why he's in this situation, and she gets all up in arms like, what we not gonna do is insinuate that I'm not committed to this process. You're not. You're committed to kicking it with the girls. Yeah, that's what you committed to. You committed to getting these free benefits, whatever. You committed to get these benefits. That's all you worried about. So then she said that she feels robbed of an experience that they were supposed to have. You're robbing yourself and you're not a victim. You robbed yourself out of this experience because you couldn't get out your shallow head and you wouldn't even try to put forth effort. The fact that you want to live in this apartment but not with him is ridiculous. Like, At this point, it should be in the contract that y'all have to live in the same place. Otherwise, you can't be on the show. This is literally like Chris and Paige all over again, but it's the woman that's acting the fool instead of the man. Like, remember, Chris got on the first flight to Chicago and left Paige hanging. She was in that place the whole time by herself. And this is exactly what Alyssa is trying to do to Chris. But the thing is, sis wants to stay in that apartment. She just don't want to stay in it with him. You couldn't even try to stay in the other room. That's the thing that gets me. They provide y'all with a 2-bedroom apartment, and y'all can't even get down with that. Girl, you and Chris is just something else. I'm talking about Chris from the 2 seasons ago, Atlanta. Like, huh? Y'all just ain't shit. 2 ain't shit people. Anyway, she then wants to go and talk to production. She's crying to them, and she's like, I want to stay in the apartment. I don't understand why she's saying that it's unfair that she can't stay in the apartment just because she thinks that they're not compatible. Girl, what? You don't even make sense. And Chris is saying in his confessional that he's doing what he thought that she wanted him to do by trying to be reasonable, but that's not what she's expecting out of him, and he's starting to think that she's selfish. I don't know if I worded that right, but that's what I got in my notes, and it really didn't make sense coming out my mouth, so excuse me if I didn't make sense to y'all. But my thing is, stop trying to do things to please her. She does not have the right mindset. She's a fucking child. So I feel like he just needs to go on about his way. So she was crying to the production team and was like, look at his hand gestures. Like he's talking to production and he was doing something like this. This is giving real estate. Like when you do stuff like that and you're a real estate agent, I feel like they was talking about the buildings or something like that, some architecture or something. I don't know. But his hand movements were aggressive to her. And even production was like, girl, what? He's just moving his hands. Like, what are you talking about? If this is not a Karen, if Alyssa is not full-on white woman antics, then I don't know what is. I mean, Lindsay definitely got that Karen spirit in her for sure, but Alyssa takes this shit to a whole nother level. So later on, Chris calls his sister, and his sister was like, look, honey, we already talked to her mama at the wedding. Her mama was saying that she needs somebody like you because, you know, sis definitely flies off the handle. But if you feel like she has concerns and y'all are not compatible, then baby, call it quits right now. And that's exactly how I feel. Like, I don't understand. You don't have any emotional connection to this woman, so get out. She doesn't want anything to do with you. And then she's still crying downstairs while he's on the phone with his sister. She's crying to production, talking about she's tired of being a good person. She's tired of being positive. And she's sick of crying. She's been taking the high road and she hates him. He's an asshole. He's a used car salesman who does real estate. Baby, she throwing all kind of dirt on Chris' name. And it's like, girl, for what? Like, you're literally painting this picture in your head of what is going down between you and Chris, and you're running with it. He hasn't done anything to warrant all of this smoke that you have for him. Like, girl, you're sick. You're worse than Michael creating scenarios in your head. So, yeah, she was doing all of this, and she said if she isn't painted in a good light, then she's going to be pissed, okay? Well, be pissed at yourself, baby, because every word that you use to describe Chris is the same words that you need to use to describe yourself, because you're projecting, Miss Ma'am, okay? You're an asshole. You're a cunt. You're a bitch, okay? And we're going to call a thing a thing. Like, girl, give it a rest. Hey, Ramel, he just responded to something on my story. I'm trying to figure out what he laughing at. Oh, it's probably something I said on my story about my coworkers. Hey, Ramel. So, the production team had to come out there. Let it be a black person to save the day and put some type of logic into what the hell she's doing. So he was like, listen, honey, if you don't want to stay in the room with him, then baby, you're going to have to figure something out, because this is not single at first sight. If you're not going to be a couple with him, then baby, you need to bounce it. You need to figure something out soon, because we're getting ready to move in. I said, hello, thank you. Because what the fuck? Y'all really should have made her make a choice right then and there. Because sis is doing way too fucking much. If you don't want to stay with him, you feel like y'all are not compatible, that's enough for production to go ahead and write her off. She said all that she needed to say to show to y'all that she's not into this process. So don't allow her any more freebies, and give that bitch the damn boot. Kick her with that gold boot that she wore down at the wedding. Fuck. So We see that Chris goes and has a conversation with Lindsay and Mark, and he was basically saying that he's not in a space where he thought that he would be with his wife, and he's expressing the concerns and all of this, and what happened the wedding night. And Lindsay is peeping cunt's bullshit, like, oh, okay, I see what type of time she on. So basically, she doesn't find you attractive. And then it's Chris trying to act as if he didn't know, or he's unsure of that being the reason why Alyssa don't want to fool with him. Sir, you haven't given her any other reason for her to behave this way. The only reason why she's behaving this way is because she doesn't find you attractive, and she's throwing a hissy fit because she did not get her way and did not get the dream man that she gave the description to the experts. Like, put two and two together. Ain't you a logistic man, an analytical man? Put two and two together, honey. Figure it out. So Lindsay was like, look, she's going to look at this later on, and she's going to regret it years down the line, because you're going to be exactly what she needed, and she missed that opportunity. So we see that the cunt goes and talks to Katina and Jasmina, and she was saying that it's so hard to be around everybody because they're getting the experience that she wished that she would have gotten. And I'm confused as to why she keeps making this a we thing. Like, you know, we got the short end of the stick. No, that's you, sis. You're mad because you're not getting the guy of your dreams. So this is the reason why you're not experiencing what you wanted to experience. Chris is all in. Now, yeah, he definitely got the short end of the stick dealing with your bitchy ass, but he's willing to put in some effort, whereas you're not trying to even give a little bit. And she said that she feels like he keeps blaming her for everything, and she feels like she's putting in the same effort as everybody. So Jasmina's like, so you did everything that you could to make it work. And she said, yeah, everything that the family and friends have said affected her. And this is where Katina had to step in. She said, listen, you took that and you ran with it instead of trying to experience Chris on your own and putting that in your pocket, putting that in the back of your head. You took that and ran with it, and you let that overshadow your whole experience with him. I'm like, thank you, Katina, for putting some type of common sense in her damn head. Like, girl, you're making up these situations. You've never experienced anything that these friends have said, but yet you're acting as if you've experienced all of it. Katina said, do you think he's blaming you because you threw in the towel quickly and it was unclear? And Katina says that she really thinks that, what's her name, Alyssa, is not physically attracted to him. That's the reason why she's acting like that. And like I said, we all put that together, and I'm glad that Katina was the one who actually voiced it to Alyssa directly. Now, Jasmina is quiet the whole time, but you know she judging her. She had something to say in her confessional about it too. I said, yeah, you silent for a reason, girl. So anyway, we moving on to the group dinner. And they start talking about who they think will have kids first. Everybody says Noy and Steve. And then everybody wants kids, but Chris said that he didn't want marriage or kids up until a few years ago, where his life started to really fall into place. So Mark the Shark wanted to know if anybody had any issues, and if so, how they're working through them. So Mike said he wants to work on his communication style. He wants to learn how to convey a message based on the proper delivery. But I'm like, you also want to work on that overthinking, okay, and creating scenarios that never happen. Let's work on that as well, sir. So Elijah says that he learns that he can't keep pushing Katina because everybody is not like that, and he wants to be patient. Okay, good. We hope that you really put action behind that. Noy says that she has to recognize that Steve isn't rejecting her just because he doesn't feel the same way that she's feeling. So Steve then came in and was like, yeah, you know, I communicate basically with physical touch and interactions, and just because I'm not giving her the verbal affirmations that she needs from me doesn't mean that I'm not feeling the same way. And I said, this is why I love you, Steve, because I just love the fact that he did not out her and be like, oh yeah, she said that she's falling in love with me and I didn't give her the same response, because that could be embarrassing. You know, she is a hopeless romantic. She wears her heart on her sleeve and things like that. But it could still be embarrassing to a group of people saying that you said that you love this guy and he didn't give you the same energy back. So I just really appreciate that he did not say that, even though people could probably put two and two together. But I just love that he was very cautious with what he said in that moment. So Mark the Shark said that he needs to allow his wife to help him. He never had that much support out the gate. And I noticed that Katina was hyping Lindsay up like, okay, girl, I see you. You got that glow. Spotted you. You had that glow. Watch me pull out all this dough. Shout out to Fetty Wap. Ooh, baby. Fetty Wap was an era. It was short-lived, but it was a time. So, I love the fact that Katina was hyping her up. Like, girl, that's good. At least you're allowing yourself to move on from the beef that y'all had. Even though I like the fact that you did hold her feet to the fire with the whole Karen thing, because them after shows was definitely showing that sis was on some bullshit. Nonetheless, Lindsay said, so Lindsay then goes and asks the cunt and Chris what they're experiencing. I said, girl, now you being messy because, ain't shit happening over there. And it's not. So, they don't like yeah, they were saying that they don't talk outside of any activities. And Chris wants to say to everybody, he wants her to say in front of everybody that she's done. Like, girl, make the announcement because you seen her acting like you ain't feeling me. So what? Is you in or is you out? And she's out. I don't understand why you keep trying to act like you waiting on her to make a decision. She's already showing you that she's out. So anyway, hold on, let me get my notes together, y'all. So, Noy starts asking about their living situation, and Alyssa goes and puts out some news that Chris wasn't even aware of. Sis wants to split time in the house. Like a damn timeshare, child. I said, wait, excuse me? Not you spending a month in the house and then he gonna spend the other half in the house because she wanted to kick it with the cast. And Chris is like, this is news to me. Like, I'm not about to be doing none of this shit. Because one thing about it, I love y'all, cast, but I'm not here for y'all. We not about to be splitting time like we divorced parents and y'all the kids. I said, I know that's right, Chris. Get her together, because what the hell does she think this is? She really thinks that this is a vacation time. She wants nothing to do with the reason why she's here, marriage, and she wants everything to do with kicking it with the cast. Girl, this is not Married at First Friend. And that don't even make sense what I said. This is not Friends at First Sight, bitch. Get a grip, because you out of control. So, Lindsay the whole time is like, she fidgeting with everything because, baby, you got to keep that mouth covered to prevent from speaking on the foolishness that is spewing out of the cunt's mouth. So then he basically, she was just basically saying in her confessional that she's a good person and she thinks that she's come up with a perfect solution for them. Girl, what? This is your definition of effort, right? This is the effort that she keeps speaking on. Okay, girl. So then she even tried to say something to Lindsay about, her hand gestures. And Lindsay was like, girl, I ain't doing nothing. I said, oh, not Lindsay just, acting as if it was nothing. Because I would have been like, girl, what? Don't. Listen now. I would have had to call her out then and there. Like, girl, what you saying is some bullshit. Okay? In the words of Candy Burris. She was saying, are you in or are you out? She don't want to talk about it in front of the table. And then Katina and Jasmina is backing her, talking about you need to respect her wishes. And I'm like, girl, she's bullshitting. That's what it is. She's giving more time to stall. And Chris is just, what the hell? Chris is still on this 1% thing. Why are you doing this, Chris? Literally, Elijah Wan was saying that Chris basically needs to give it up, but his heart is so big to where he's willing to accept 1%, the bare minimum. And I wish that he would stop putting these things in Alyssa's hands. She's already shown you that she's not interested in you. I'm going to need you to just move forward, move past it, and get the fuck on, because she's not interested in you, baby. She's not. That 1%, the bare minimum, you should not be accepting that. So, later on, Mark congratulates Lindsay for not going off or giving her opinions on the cunt trying to check her and tell her to watch her hand gestures or whatever she said. So then we see Elijah Wan and Katina. Honey, there was really I don't know. There was no need to discuss that. But I was taken aback by them talking about Chris and the cunt's conversation at the table. Elijah Wan said that was powerful. That was one of the most powerful things that he's seen in real life. Chris pouring his heart out in front of the table. I said, well, shit, you ain't seen nothing powerful then, because I was not moved by that. He's still waiting on her. So anyway, later on, they're going to have a conversation. And Chris is asking, why do you think that this split household situation is the best solution for us. And she said because she wants to be able to experience the group, basically. And he's peeping the words that she's using, like this experience. Like, girl, I'm questioning your motives. You here to kick it. You ain't even here for the whole reason why we're in this thing, the marriage. So he was like, do you think that you were ready to adjust to somebody who isn't perfect? And she was like, yeah, I didn't go into this thinking that I was going to have a 100% perfect match. And she said that, you know, she does think that they have a lot of differences that can't change. And she claims that they talked about it, but couldn't even give an example. He was like, okay, so what are you talking about? What are these differences? Did you explain those to me? She was like, yeah. He was like, okay, so what is it? She couldn't give an answer. She said, baby, I'm going to have to come back to you. I do plan on, you know, giving you an answer. It just can't be right now. I'm not in the headspace to talk about it, but holler at me next week. I said, bitch, what? There she go again. There she go again with the deflecting. Like, girl, God, she is just something else. So, he asked, when did you want to tap out? And she still didn't give an answer. And then she says, you know, I don't like the way that you're trying to betray me. Even the way that you handled our situation at the table, it was disgusting. Y'all see how she keep making up these situations in her head? He's aggressive. He's an asshole. He's disgusting. He's all of this. But yet this is somebody you want to put 1% into? You want to take her 1% after she keep dogging you out and keep claiming that these things are happening and gaslight you? Chris, at this point, you might be worse than Paige, because the thing is, she's not giving you any type of affection. Paige was getting some dick out of it. Now, should she have been receiving dick? No, because the dick wasn't, it was dumbing her down even more. But she's not giving you any type of affection, any type of anything, yet you keep trying to put your all into this. Is she paying you dust? Child, okay. Anyway, the good girl, okay? Shout out to Stevie J. The good guy, Alyssa thinks she's the good girl. She's really an asshole, but she keep going on these good person rants, and I'm done with her, okay? Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this. Alyssa is delusional. Chris is a lost cause at this point. If he continues at this rate, I don't know what to tell him. But they did go home acting as if they were done. So we'll see when Pastor Kyle comes and pays them a visit next week. Everybody is getting to move in next episode. So this is when shit really starts to hit the fan and we really start to see people's true colors. Let's get down in the comments and talk, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this review along with the episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.